In this episode of Prep School, we're making a batch of our lemon chicken orzo soup with kale and talking about why fall is the best time of the year to kickstart healthy habits like losing weight. Let's get started. With the cooler temperatures and the beautiful foliage we experience here in Vermont, fall is a perfect opportunity to get back to those healthy habits that may have fallen by the wayside in the warmer months. I love pulling out my soup pot come fall. Soup is delicious, it's healthy, and it's super comforting. So whether you're trying to lose weight, manage any health condition, or simply eat more veggies, a healthy soup like this one can seriously help. All right, I'm gonna get this out of the way, and then we can start our prep for the soup. All right, so for starters, I went ahead and cut 1 pound of chicken breast into about 1-inch size pieces. And so we can put this to the side for now and get going on our veggie prep. All right, so as for veggies, we are going with the trifecta. We're gonna chop up some onion, celery, and carrot. And whenever you start a soup with these 3 ingredients, it's bound to be delicious. So we need 2 cups of chopped onion here. And we're gonna put this in a bowl. You know those onion goggles that you see on like infomercials? I feel like I need those today. But it's fresh, it does smell good, it's gonna taste great in this soup, so it's worth the tear or two. Next up, we have our carrot, and we need 1 cup chopped carrots. So why exactly is fall the best time of the year to lose weight or get back to healthy habits? Well, for starters, come fall, we kind of fall back into a more consistent routine. Getting back to a more regular routine makes it easier to fit things in, like regular grocery shops, some extra time in the kitchen to prep ahead for the week, even more time to fit in exercise and all that good stuff. Carrot is done. Next, we have our celery. Again, we need a cup of chopped celery. So what's really great about this soup and all soups in general is that most of the time you can really easily double or even triple them so that you have enough for dinner plus maybe lunch for the week, or enough to freeze and have as a meal later down the road. Next up, we need a little garlic. Just taking the side of your knife and kind of banging the garlic down makes it really easy to peel off this skin here. Give this a quick little chop here. Garlic is chopped. I'm just gonna put it on a little side plate here. That goes in a little after the veggies saute so it doesn't get burnt. All right, so kale. I love kale in soup. I feel like it adds a nice level of like fillingness, and it adds some heartiness to the soup, and you get a ton of greens. I'm just taking the leaves off of the tough stem here. And you can just do that by pulling. So that's about 1 cup packed, 2, 3, 4. All right, and the very, very last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna get our orzo. So when shopping, look for a whole wheat orzo, and if you can find it, go for that. It will help add a little extra fiber to your soup. If you can't find it, like I, of course, couldn't find it today, plain orzo works totally well. So we need 2/3 of a cup. 1/3. 2/3. And what's nice about this is we can put it into the soup pot dry, and the liquid from the soup pot will cook the pasta, so we don't have to use a separate bowl. I'll say though, if you are making the soup ahead of time, it would be smart to cook the orzo separately and then add it to your soup as you eat it, because otherwise it can get really hydrated in the soup the longer it sits and kind of absorbs all the broth. Now you may be thinking, losing weight, comfort foods, how does that all work together? And I'm here to tell you that you absolutely can lose weight and manage whatever health condition you're managing while still enjoying comfort foods like this soup. Comfort foods can absolutely be healthy, and we have so many delicious soups, stews, casseroles, and pasta recipes on EatingWell.com to choose from. These recipes pack in veggies, as you can see here, lean protein, whole grains, all that good stuff with just the right amount of cheesy creaminess that we love in comfort foods. All right, so now we can head over to the stove and get cooking. All right, now it is time to cook. I'm gonna turn my soup pot on here to medium-high heat. And I'm gonna go ahead and add a tablespoon of olive oil here. All right, so I'm gonna let that heat up for just a little bit. And now that it's hot enough, I'm gonna go ahead and add my chicken in. All right, in goes the chicken, and with it are spices here. So salt, pepper, thyme, and oregano go in. Now we can just let this chicken cook for about 3 to 5 minutes, stirring every so often. I can see that the chicken now is a little bit brown, so I'm gonna remove it from this pot, put it on the plate, and then we'll go ahead and get the veggies cooking. Okay, so in goes another tablespoon of olive oil. And in go our carrots, onion, and celery. So as I stir these veggies, I'm gonna try to scrape up any of the brown bits of the leftover chicken because that adds a ton of flavor to the soup. So these veggies have been cooking for about 5 minutes now. I can see that they have a little bit of color to them. So now it is time to add our remaining flavor boosters here. I have the garlic, the bay leaf, and the remaining thyme and oregano. I'll just stir this another 30 seconds to a minute until I smell all those lovely herbs and spices. All right, so now I'm gonna add my 4 cups of chicken broth, which is one of these 32-ounce containers, so the whole thing can go in. And once the broth is in, I'm gonna crank the heat up to high and let that come to a boil. Once I see that this broth is now bubbling and boiling, I'm gonna add my orzo and then bring it back down to a simmer. On goes the pot, and I'm gonna let this simmer and cook the orzo for 5 minutes. All right, so the 5 minutes is up. I can take that lid off, and we're gonna add in our kale and put the chicken back into the pot here. So we're gonna cook this for anywhere to 5 to 8 minutes. We just want the chicken to cook through and for that kale to wilt down a little bit. All right, and that is that. All right, so the last few steps and we can dig in. It smells amazing already, and it's about to get even more delicious smelling in here because we are gonna zest a whole lemon and juice a whole lemon right into the soup. So it's gonna add lovely, bright, lemony flavor. So I have my microplane zester here. And so here, I'm just gonna go around and move the lemon as I grate. I just want really that top layer of the bright lemon skin. I don't want to get too much of the white pith. The pith tends to be a little more bitter. So we just want that top layer of lemon flavor there. Smells so good. So I'm gonna put that to the side. So now I have all of this lovely zest. I'm just gonna pop it right into my soup pot. I'll take my zested lemon here. I'll just cut it right in half. And in goes the juice. I'm just gonna catch the seeds here. So this lemon is obviously adding tons of delicious, bright flavor. It kind of helps to make this Mediterranean-inspired meal really feel like you're in the Mediterranean. All right, so now I can just stir this lemon zest and lemon juice in. The last little bit of pepper. I love a hearty helping of black pepper in my soup. And the last little bit of salt. All right, and so now it is my favorite time. It is time to dig in. Ooh, that looks really good. So this soup, while still satisfying, it's on the lighter side. So go ahead and pair it with some baguette like I'm doing here. You could have it with a side salad, something simple like that to help round out the meal. All right, here it goes. Whoa, that lemon. That is key, it really makes it. You can get this recipe plus so many other comforting dinners for fall on EatingWell.com. And if you make this soup, go ahead, take a photo and add it to Instagram and be sure to tag me. Thanks so much for watching, happy cooking, and I'll see you guys next time on Prep School.